Welcome back to the series where I recap the 2010s one year at a time. It's 2015 and Obama has declared Venezuela a national security threat, which is pretty understandable. How do you expect us to trust a Latin American government that we haven't overthrown? On the flip side, we seem to be getting along with Cuba. Perhaps with their help we can learn what a competent healthcare system looks like. The Supreme Court rules in favor of banning elected judges from soliciting campaign contributions. This is a slippery slope. Using wealth to influence political policy is a national pastime. What are they going to take away from us next? No! The Seahawks are 1 yard away from winning the Super Bowl. All they have to do is hand it off to one of the greatest running backs in football history. So for that reason, let's move on to the next story. Jared Fogle is in the news? Oh boy, I wonder what for? The Federal Reserve is erasing Hamilton from the narrative. Oops, I meant the $10 bill. Finally, there will soon be a woman on our currency. This is exactly what Harriet Tubman fought for. There sure has been a lot of mass shootings this year. Perhaps it's time we seriously reflect and ask ourselves, are video games to blame? I don't think it's a mere coincidence that a great year in gaming would coincide with all this violence. You can't tell me with a straight face, Yoshi's Woolly World wasn't responsible for at least a few dozen deaths. 14 members of FIFA are charged with fraud, money laundering, and racketeering. Thankfully, American football is avoiding controversy. Seems I spoke too soon. 2015 is just not a good year to be a cheater. Oh great, the Supreme Court is back in the news. What is it this time? You guys legalized same-sex marriage? About time! Too bad that won't stop people from protesting. Because no one has a greater say in defining the sanctity of marriage than someone who has been divorced 3 times. This is why it's important to keep an eye on who you elect. It's something to keep in mind. We are 1 year away from the US having to elect a new president. A lot of interesting candidates have emerged. It sure would suck if someone purposefully manipulated these proceedings. I'm pretty jealous of Canada right now. Have you seen their prime minister? What a charming man. I sure hope there aren't any pictures of him doing brown face. And just like that, 2015 is over. This was a much more eventful year than I remember it being. I know we're all waiting for me to talk about what happens next year, but I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. I have more important things to do, like arguing what color this dress is.